We have a certified coach and owner of the Blue Marlin Swim Academy, Eldon Thomas, here with us to discuss all about this and so much more. So good morning, Eldon. Welcome to Good Morning, SKN.
Good morning, and thank you for having me here this morning.
Our pleasure, indeed. And see, my co-host here wants to learn how to swim, but he doesn't trust that I can take him out and teach him. So
I know how to reach Eldon here. So.
That's right.
So we saw that you recently had a 2-week swim development camp. Tell us a bit about that.
Yes, I usually have camps every year. Okay. For the past 2 years, we haven't had any due to the COVID. Okay. So we had a 2-week development camp, July 25th to August 5th. Oh, okay. August 5th, yes. Okay. It was more basically for those persons who are already part of the club to develop their skill, their endurance, and their technique. You know, so because we're actually forming a team out of the Blue Marlin Swim Academy.
Mm-hmm. A team to do what?
Well, we have different clubs. We are now formulating different clubs. We're building up different clubs in the federation. So we have competition among clubs. Yeah, okay, so nice. And from those competitions, we look at the time that they make, the skill set, the development, the strength, and we're actually forming, putting together a national team.
Good stuff.
Oh, that's incredible. Excited. So you're in the process of identifying the best swimmers who can make that team, eliminations, and so on?
Yes, basically from my club. Yes.
Okay, that's incredible. All right, take us back to the start. Why did you launch Blue Marlin Swim Academy?
Well, I mean, we have been hearing in the past so much about young children drowning on an island, surrounded by lots of water. And I think that it's quite unfortunate that something like that would happen. And so after I developed my skills and I learned to teach the program, I decided, why not transmit that to our children in the federation, in the island especially. And so I decided to, have children learn to swim, focus on the children more, have them develop. Even if they can't swim at a certain stage, then they are comfortable in the water and they trust themselves to be able to survive.
So very important reason, yeah.
Indeed. So what age groups do you cater to?
We cater from age of 5 up to adulthood.
So we can go.
Sure. We have classes for adults. We do adults Sunday mornings at 7 to 8. And sometimes in the week, 6 to 7.
Okay. All right, so tell us about the location. That's the other thing.
The location is at Birdrock Beach. Just before you reach down to the Dolphin Park area, there's a beach there, and we operate from that area.
All right, so I imagine, obviously, you have people who have different abilities in swimming. How do you ensure that beginners, for instance, stay safe? Safety is important for everybody, but beginners per se. Okay,
beginners, especially for the children we're talking about, correct? The 5-year-olds, because we're in the ocean, I usually have floating devices for them. I have kickboards, I have paddles, and so we use those until they're comfortable, the development has improved, and they could actually maneuver themselves in the water on their own. So those are some of the equipment that we use for them.
For parents who might still be a bit hesitant about sending their kids, even though you have those equipment, because you still want an eye to be kept on the kids while they're using the equipment. Yes. What do you say to them to reassure them that it's okay, send them along?
A number of parents would come and some of them have shared their concerns with me, and I encourage them, one, to sit around and look at how the training is being done. Also to be comfortable, because they will not want to leave their children, some of them, with us just coming to the club. So we ask them to stay on, look at the program, and also it helps the child. Mommy is there, she's there, she see what we do, and so over time period, the confidence of the parent begins to build. So we encourage them that we are safe in what we're doing. We encourage them that we take this swimming seriously, and that is why for the age group of between 5 and 7, we don't take large groups. The most we'll have in that group is like 4. Okay. Yeah, because we want to give that age group, absolute attention. Yes. The older ones, they could stand up, they can swim, so we take them in a group of 12. So that is how we do it.
All right, curious to know, Cortins and I were having a discussion recently about swimming, as she said, and one of the things that came up is that we don't seem to have lifeguards attached to beaches. I'm curious to know if that's something that you might think is needed and could be sourced from swim academies like your own.
Yes. I did a lifeguard course with the St. Kitts Nevis Coast Guard. However, though, there is a group in Nevis, remember the name, Swim to Win. They just had a group of lifeguards came down, did some training. We were not able to attend. The time frame didn't work out for us. But they should be coming back next year, hopefully. And some persons in Nevis have already been trained successfully. So hopefully when they get back, myself and my team would be part of that.
So you're saying Nevis will have lifeguards soon, basically?
They have some currently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you'll benefit from that training, which makes us safer.
Yes, definitely. Definitely,
Awesome.
I would.
That's so good. So how can persons interested in signing up their children and get in contact with you?
Okay, we have a Facebook page. It's Blue Marlin Swim Academy. We have a Facebook page, Blue Marlin Swim Academy. It has my contact number. It has the information. We don't have a website as yet. We're working on that. We have registration forms where each parent read carefully and fill out and sign off, because the questions, all of the coaches do not know how to deal with special children, so we make note of that you have to declare everything about the child, the health status, the ability status, so we know how to place them and how to deal with that child. So the forms are there. Most people reach out to me. We email the forms to them. When we get the web page, the forms are going to be loaded up to the web page. You could fill it out, download it, or even email it back to us.
So Eldon, we're getting into your personal business a little bit.
Okay.
just warning you, right?
Yeah.
How did you learn to swim?
I learned to swim growing up in the Pathfinder Club. The Pathfinder Ministry, it's a branch of the Seventh Adventist Church. Yes, so we have different classes. And swimming was a compulsory when I was there as part of what we call honors. You have different skill sets, you have fire building and different. And swimming was one, and you had to swim. You had to be able to learn to swim in the Pathfinder Ministry. That's where my swimming started.
I don't even want to date you, so I'm not going to ask you how long ago that was.
So do you think that swimming lessons reduces the fear that I would say some people have towards open water?
Tremendously. There are children, I could give you some examples. I'll just give you one for time's sake. There was a young girl who used to, parents who were very interested in having her learn to swim. But every time she came, she cried. Every time she came, she cried. And I told the parent, continue bringing her. Today, she is 9 years old, and she can do all the strokes.
Nice.
Competitively. We had a competition in April. We had a club from Nevis came down. We had two other clubs from St. Kitts. My club came second.
Nice.
And she did well. She medaled. So, and she's just 9 years old, and she's very fast. There was another young lady. Her parents brought her. They told me she had never been to the ocean. And in 1 month, she was able to swim comfortably. Nice. So children come, they come with their fears. Parents come, they come with their fears. But after this, they see the children learn, because children learn faster among other children. They like to compete. They like that kind of adrenaline rush, competition. And so they want to dominate all the time. So they learn faster. So it's fun, yet they are learning. So, in a couple of weeks, their fears are gone and they're comfortable.
Nice.
Children never cease to amaze me. Earlier this week, we had some children on the set, and the things that they said about engaging in a puzzle activity surprised me. I'm going to ask you now, in a similar vein, to explain what some of the benefits are of swimming. What do you think? How do you think it benefits children?
A major benefit is that there was a child who had a kind of a short attention deficit or span. And the parent took him to a doctor. And the doctor said he needs to learn to swim. Swimming engages his mind. Swimming is the only activity, sporting activity, that engages all the muscles and the sinews of the body.
Yes.
It's not a contact sport, but it encapsulates every part of your body, swimming. Your focus, your mind, your arms, your legs, your core, everything. And so as he continued swimming, and I keep getting very good reports of him. He's doing better, he's more focused, He's more attentive in school. So swimming, sometimes parents say, oh, it's too much. It's never too much. Children's minds are like sponge.
Yeah.
You know, the more you give them, the more they absorb. And I've seen children develop better in school through the swimming program.
Look at that.
Quite an advantage.
Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
So with that advantage said, what is the advantage of learning to swim better? In the sea or in the pool?
I do both.
Okay.
Because one, if you're going to go into competitive swimming, you have to come from a pool environment. There's also open water competitive swimming. But if you're going to go like Olympics, OECS and all those things, you know, they swim in a pool. So sometimes we do some of our skill development in pools. Push off of the wall, flip turns and those things. We start in the pool, then we go to the ocean. There's ocean competition as well. The ocean is more buoyant than in the pool. So when you learn and develop in the pool, by the time you get to the ocean, pretty fast because you know you're in dead water as opposed to, you know, a more buoyant. You have more buoyancy in the ocean.
I'm laughing because I know that too well. When I was learning to swim, I was around 14, and as I tell Jamie, the 5-year-old children were always picking up the piece of plank from the bottom of the pool, which was me. Always at the bottom of the pool. I could not stay afloat for nothing. No. Yeah. On top
And
of the
the
water.
thing is, as a coach, you have to see certain things in children, you know, and be able to, you know, maneuver to assist them. There was this young man, well, not so young. He wanted to learn to swim, but he was just having problems in the pool. Every time he starts kicks, he's just going down. And as I looked at him, I said, listen, I'm going to take you to the ocean. A couple of weeks, he started swimming.
See?
Back to the pool, swam.
Yeah.
No, that's counterintuitive for me.
Come on, Jamie.
Open water versus, you know, a contained environment. But good to know. So I'll know if I need to contact you, if I need to learn to swim, so that Cortensia doesn't dunk me and drown me. All right, let's talk a little bit more about the development of a national team.
Yes.
So I think you alluded to it before.
Yes.
Where are we in the works? How much more work do we have to do before we see that come to fruition?
Okay, well, before I spoke as the coach of the Blue Marlin, let me plug in here now. We also have a swimming federation. The president is Mr. Winston Cook out of Nevis.
Okay.
I'm the vice president. Right? We just had a coach, Coach Yash, from Suriname. A renowned coach, he coached for competitions. He came in for a month. And from the competition we had in April, in Easter, we handpicked a number of students from the different clubs who made really good time, you know, and he trained them. So right now we have a team, a national team of a number of young boys, different age group. And so they are, you know, we're actually right now training them at mornings. We're doing some drill and training and everything. And also they have done a lot of endurance training. So we right now have a team. And we hopefully, I don't want to jump too fast, but hopefully they will be traveling to the OECS competitions in St. Vincent, I think, in November.
Okay.
Yes.
So they will. So let's speak it into being. They will be traveling to the competitions, and they will bring back a lot of medals.
Yes. So I must say here that Mr. Winston Cook is doing a tremendous job thus far, and I must tip my hat to him. You know, he's really working towards the development of swimming in the federation. And one of the things that we are hoping to see, to have swimming be part of the school's curriculum. Because they have a school farm at Needs Must, where schools come in, do some planting, learn about agriculture and stuff like that. If there's not a pool in the school, they build a pool. You know, we have coaches like myself and so on. The children come in, they put in 2 hours each school, particular time of the day, and they learn to swim. Have that be part of the school's curriculum. We would like to see that.
Well, you know what? You just declared that, so you expressed that. Somebody's going to listen to you.
Well, I could go further, you know, because I spoke to Mr. What's his name again? The current Prime Minister, coming down from Nevis, Dr. Drew. And I said to him, when you become Prime Minister, I hope you remember our discussion. So I'll be going back to him. I hope he will see this.
So, Dr. Drew, you got to remember this discussion. Yes.
Eldon Thomas, always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. And I trust and hope that as we have listened, the community have listened, that your parents would allow their children to get engaged, you know, sign them up for the swim classes. You won't lose. It can only be beneficial to them, help them in their development all around. Because we have a theme at the swim club, Train hard, win easy. And I tell them to take that wherever they go. In school, in life, train hard, win easy.
I like that.